Hey, good afternoon. It's Alice again. I'm happy to be with you. So, we are going to do some yoga like we do every Friday. And my intention for our practice today is to really move some energy. Sometimes when we feel a little bit stuck, just some movement to welcome in something a little bit new is can be part of the answer. And so I hope that you are taking time to take care of yourself. I hope that you're taking some time for reflection this week. I think we all have a responsibility to do that. And part of that work, part of that reflection that we all get to do is being unafraid to sit with it. And this practice that we do on our mat or on our chairs is one of these tools that we can use to get really clear with reality. So we don't use our yoga or mindfulness practice to tune out, we use it to tune in. And so today we're going to move. We're going to get up and down off the chair. We're going to get our minds out of potentially the doom scrolling or the news obsession that you may have been having the past couple of days, but that doesn't mean that we're ignoring it. It means that we're making space so that in our minds we can get really clear with where we stand. So to begin, we're going to do a bit of an awareness meditation and then we'll move the body. So position yourself in your chair in a way that feels supportive for you. Take any variation of a seat, support your feet if they aren't quite flat on the floor. And I invite you to close or soften the eyes. Notice what your body is making contact with right now. The floor or the cushion underneath your feet, the chair underneath your hips and thighs, perhaps the back of the chair against your back body. Notice the feeling of the clothing against your skin, maybe a hair tickling your forehead, the temperature of the room. Without changing your breath, observe it exactly as it is right now. The pace, the rhythm, the temperature of your breath. We can continue to use this physical information that we've reviewed just now as a tool to tune in again and again throughout our practice. So the physical sensation that we feel now as we're sitting here, as we've been focusing on it, isn't the point. It's just a way in. So we can bring our attention to this present moment using the tools of physical sensation. And in that way, get tuned in to the present state in our minds and our hearts. I want you to, as we're sitting here, begin to tune in to how you're feeling. And imagine a scale of 1 to 10. And 1 is feeling kind of tired and sluggish in your body, in your physical body. And 10 might be feeling really energized, maybe even fidgety. So just tune in to that sort of energy level of your body and give yourself a number between 1 for kind of sleepy and sluggish and slow, and 10 for high energy, maybe even fidgety. And then we'll begin to tune in to a little bit of a deeper level. So again, we're looking at this scale of 1 to 10. And in this case, 1 is going to represent feeling kind of depressed, morose. And 10 would be very heightened anxiety. And remember that neither, one certainly isn't better than the other, but I want us to use this tool to get clear on how we are feeling, not how anyone else is telling us how to feel. Good. All right, let's take a breath in together. Hold the breath at the top, and then exhale out the mouth. Let's do that again. Inhale. Hold. And exhale. One more time. Exhale. Good. Take your arms out along your side and begin to shake out your hands, shake out your elbows. You can loop and drop the shoulders a few times, just like with a thud, let them go. You can roll the head and neck around. Just want you to move some of that energy. Maybe stretch the toes out, roll through the ankles, take it in both directions. Squeeze the toes, point and flex the feet. Good, just get some of that anxious energy moving through you. All right, we're gonna move the body. We'll start here in our chair, and then we're gonna get up. So as we're getting into our practice, I want you to be sure you've got a little bit of space around you, because we're gonna do some standing in a little bit. But to start, we'll begin seated. Let's take our arms out to a T and let the palms face forward. Now lift your chest up and squeeze your shoulder blades together. We did this last week. We're going to revisit it again. Lift the gaze a bit so the chin might even lift. Take a breath in here. And then as you exhale, you're going to do the opposite. So round the back, cross the arms, and let the chin roll into the throat. Do that several more times. Inhale, get big and expansive, lift the chest. And as you exhale, round in, switch the cross of the arms. Continue like this, moving slow and at the pace of your breath. Smooth out the edges, smooth out the transitions. Twice more going in each direction, or sorry, once more in each direction, twice more total. Good. Take your hands forward and just stack the palms. Now hover the palms over your right knee and bring your knee to touch your palm. Resist the knee with your palm so you're feeling a little bit of a light up of the belly and the hip flexor. Then we're going to take this to the other side, left knee. Good. And we're just going to kind of march this side to side. So I want you not just to tap, but to feel a little bit of a pause as the knee touches your palm and you resist these two body parts together. So you can feel a little bit of muscular engagement there at the top of the thigh and into the belly. Now keep this going, just switch the cross with your hands. I want you to take this at a pace that feels sustainable for you, moving your breath just like you. Don't worry so much about matching me or anyone else that you're practicing with today. Good, the next time you tap your right knee, pause. Take your left hand and grip underneath the right knee. Reach your right arm forward. So foot is lifted, left knee is gripping the outer edge of the right leg, right arm is reaching forward. Now either keep your gaze steady or track your gaze along your right thumb as you open up to a twist, reaching the right arm behind you. Keep the leg lifted, reach the right arm up, circle it forward. We're going to do that a couple more times. So pull it back, elbow grazes the ribs as you extend the arm behind you. Circle the arm up and then forward. Do this, let's say 2 more times. And then we're going to pause in the twist. Pause in the twist next time you get there. I can reach the wall here, which is a nice assist. If reaching the arm behind you is feeling like a little too much in the shoulder, you can just grip the back of your chair with your elbow. Now, gaze can stay forward. It can be neutral with your sternum, or you might take it towards the back hand. Steady the breath. Good. Circle the arm up and around. Release the knee. Good. All right, we're going to go side to side again a couple times. Left knee, right knee. It might feel a little bit different on that right leg. Next time the left knee lifts, pause. We're going to take this to the other side. So opposite hand grips around the outer edge of the knee. I've got my fingertips hooked behind the knee. Left arm will reach forward, palm towards the midline. Now, either tracing the movement of your hand with your eyes, or if that's going to make you dizzy, don't do it. Squeeze the elbow to the rib, take the arm behind you for a twist. And then we're going to circle the arm up, beside the ear, and forward. Do this a few more times. Again, either following the hand with your gaze, or keeping the head still for a little bit more stability. One more time all the way through. And then we'll take this into a twist, either with the hand reaching behind you or hooking the elbow on the back of your chair. Find a gaze that feels comfortable for your neck and pause here with your breath. One more breath. Circle the arm up, around, and forward. Release the knee just twice more. Tap the knee to the palm. 1 and 2. Release. All right. Excellent work. So we're feeling a little warm in the legs and the belly. We're going to bring some of that same energy to our standing sequence. So let's transition there. I'm going to move some things out of the way here. I want you to come and stand so that you're facing the seat of your chair. And you've got some space behind you as well. So hopefully there's not a wall right there. Adjust as you need to. Come to face the seat of your chair. And then I want you to bring your hands to your chair and find any variation with the hands. I like to grip the outer edges. That feels good in my wrists. You might take your palms to face forward. You might even take your palms so the fingers face back towards your knees. It's going to depend on your chair. And it's going to depend on your wrists, what feels best for you. And I want you to walk your feet back so that they're more or less underneath your hips. So your legs more or less make a vertical line. Take a stance in your feet that feels stable and strong and like you've got enough room. We're going to move through some cat and cow right here. So you'll drop the belly, lift your tailbone, and lift your chin. Knees can soften. And then you're going to round the back, chin into throat, press into your hands and your feet. Keep going like that, dropping the belly, sending the tailbone back and the chin up, rounding in as you exhale. Keep moving like that. And you can do this traditionally with the inhales and the exhales, or if some other pattern of breath would feel good to you, then do that. But what I want you to do is, like I said at the beginning of class, use this physical sensation as a tool to be very present right now. Twice more. Good. Find your way towards stillness and then walk your feet in a little bit closer, probably about halfway towards the chair. Bring your right hand to the center of your chair and bend your right knee. So right hand towards the center of the seat, right knee bends, left arm will lift. We've got ourselves in a twist here. Now, if having the arm lifted feels like a little much in the shoulder, hand can come to your hip,
Or you might even find hand at the back of the skull. That could feel more comfortable for you. So find your version of a twist, and I really want you to lean into that right leg. So let the body weight shift into your bent leg. Take the top arm forward beside the ear, and then you're going to switch. Left hand comes down, left knee bends, lift the right arm. Find your variation with the right arm, hand up, hand to hip, hand at the skull. Breathe here. Now we're going to take this side to side. Circle the arm forward, switch, bend the right knee, lift the left arm. Move mindfully, feel the current of air across your skin as you transition side to side. Twice more each side. Make this exactly yours so you can pick up the pace or slow down the pace or take slightly different arm variations. Good, I've already lost count, but when you finish, we'll meet hands on the chair. Good. All right, we're gonna walk your feet. Let me think about this. Yeah, we're gonna walk our feet back again so they're underneath our hips. Bring your feet closer together. They don't have to touch, but just a little bit closer. And then lift your right leg straight behind you. Bend the knee, and then start to circle the knee around. And as you circle it around, see how close you can bring that knee towards your right elbow before reaching the leg behind you. Keeping the knee bent, squeezing it up and in, and lifting up behind you. About one more circle in this direction, and then you're going to switch. Take the circles in the other direction. Again, as you bring the knee forward towards the elbow, see if you can really squeeze it in. Good. Next time your leg is reaching back, extend the leg behind you any amount. And if you want to kickstand the toes on the ground here, that's fine too. So we're in a warrior 3 with hands on the chair, right leg behind us, stretching out as long as we can. So imagine this long line of energy from the tip of our right toes out through the crown of the head. And again, those toes can always tap down on the ground. All right, here's where this gets fun. Bend the knee, take the knee out to the right, extend the leg to the right, shift the weight into your right foot and bend the knee. Okay, so we're in a lateral lunge, skandasana here. Now, press off that right leg, lift it behind you, warrior 3. We're gonna switch side to side, bend into the right leg, switch, lift it up. Right leg reaches to the right, lateral lunge, lift it up. Twice more. And you can adjust the intensity of this shape, of this transition by taking a shorter stance, not going quite so wide to the right. And you can also have that right toe touch behind you in warrior 3. Let's pause in warrior 3. And then step right foot to meet the left. Take your stance a little wider and let's find some cat and cow. Reset a bit. It's a fair amount of effort for a pretty simple movement there. One more time. Good. Walk your feet a little bit closer towards one another. We're going to take this to the other side. Lift your left leg, bend the knee, and then take some circles. Squeeze the knee up towards the elbow as you come forward. Take the circles in the other direction. Good. Now you'll extend the leg behind you. Find your warrior 3. Leg is straight. It can touch the ground or be lifted. Take the knee out to the left and then find your lateral lunge. Bend into the left knee. Hands on the chair to support you. Use that sort of spring-like energy to lift the left leg back behind you, warrior 3. All right, side by side like that for a lateral lunge to warrior 3. Good. Let's do it 2 more times. You've got this. Good leg lifts, warrior 3, pause. Find some stability here. Good, release the left foot next to the right. Take the feet a little wider. Find some cat-cow. And it can be a little intuitive. You might swirl and reach the rib cage side to side. Release any of that tension or effort. Good. All right, walk your feet in closer to your chair and then come to stand. All right. Excellent work. We're going to do a little bit more single leg balancing before we bring it down. What's great about this is that we're going to have a few different places where we can explore this shape. So we're going to start by bringing our right foot to the chair. So just step on the chair here. Yeah. And then I want you to notice have you just kind of dropped into the hips, so that left hip's jutting out. Let's see if we can even out the hips so they're both kind of level and facing more or less forward. It's going to depend on the size of our chair and our height, but let's just try to find an energy of symmetry here. Okay, let's take our arms forward, and then we're going to do the same thing that we did seated. So if our right leg is forward, I'm going to take my left hand to the right knee, and then right elbow will graze my rib cage and then reach behind me. Take that up and around. See how that affects your balance, and then do that 2 more times. Again, gaze can follow the thumb, or if it would help you feel more stable, keep the gaze fixed in one place. Good. After the third one, release the hand down, and then let's just counter twist. Take your right hand to your right knee, and then reach your left arm behind you. Good, breathe here. Feel some stability, both feet rooted down. Circle the hand around, and then we're going to switch to the other side. Left foot will find the chair. Pause here, and then feel where your hips are in space. Adjust. Adjust if you need to heel toe that grounded foot, left or right, to find stable, steady balance. And then hips are level both up and down and forward and back, more or less, an energy of that. Now we're going to take this the same way. So take opposite hand to the knee, left arm reaches forward, squeeze the elbow against the rib cage and then extend it behind you. Do this 2 more times. Steady gaze or follow the thumb with your eyes, which is going to challenge the balance a little bit more. Good. After the third time, left hand to the knee, take your twist open to the right. Good. Release the hands, release both feet down. Okay, so we're going to run through that sequence 1 more time. But this time, you've got one additional option. So you can either do what we just did, or if you're feeling fancy today, you're going to have this leg straight by positioning your ankle on the back of your chair. So we're in a supported, what would this be called? Ekapada Padangustasana? Sure, that's where we're going to be. So I've got my ankle on the back of my chair, and then I'm kind of heel toeing this standing foot so it feels stable. And then we're going to do the same thing. Both arms are going to reach forward. If you've got foot on the chair, take hand to knee. If not, you're going to keep that left hand floating. And we're going to do that same twist 3 times, gliding the right elbow back and extending the arm behind you. Keep the gaze steady or follow the thumb with your eyes. You'll challenge the balance more if you move the gaze, which I'm finding fairly hard today. All right, 1 more time. Take it forward. Good. All right. Take your hand to the back of the knee. Bring the sole of the foot to the chair. Good. Just pause here and then release the foot down. Okay. We're going to take this to the other side. Again, sole of the foot to the seat of the chair, or you're going to take your ankle to the back of the chair. And then take some time to adjust so you feel more or less stable. Good. I'm saying good to myself. Good job, self. You made yourself feel kind of stable. Both arms reach forward. We're going to do that opening into a twist. So either hand to knee, or if your leg is straight, both arms reach forward. Left arm will glide back, and then circle up and around. Twice more. Notice the body weight perhaps shifting in your standing foot. One more time. Circle it forward, and then you can use your hands to release the leg. Okay, good work. If you need to stretch out your feet or roll out your ankles, do that. We're going to do one more standing balance using the chair. I want you to walk a little bit closer to the chair so you're almost touching. And then we're going to do a tree pose variation, balancing a foot on the chair. So let's take right foot up, just like we started. But this time I want you to take the knee wide, and I'm going to use my hand to bring the heel so it's touching my thigh more or less. And I've got the right ball mound on the seat of the chair. Look, if this isn't working for you, no big deal. You're going to take the sole of the foot out to the right. What I really just want is this open shape, right knee pointing to the right. So you can either have the sole of the foot kind of on the edge of the chair, or you can bring it in a little bit closer, heel towards the inner left thigh. Good. And then we're going to find an arm variation where we bring the right hand to the right knee, whichever variation with the legs you're at. Bring your right hand to the knee, palm up or palm down. I've got my left hand on the hip to start. Find a little bit of stability. Fix your gaze to a single point in front of you, which is probably not me. And then I want you to lift your left arm up and beside the ear. Pause here for 5 unhurried breaths. Notice that wisdom of our body, which is moving and adjusting to keep us stable and strong. One more breath, you've got this. Good, and then one piece at a time, release that lifted leg or lifted arm, and then we'll release the lifted leg. Good. All right, one more bit of standing balance. So seal that right foot down, and then we're going to bring left foot onto the chair. 2 options here. Either heel towards the outer edge of the chair, knee pointing out, or you're going to bring the heel towards your inner thigh so that the left toes are on the chair. Your variation here. Feel that openness across the inner left thigh. Right hip is still pointing towards the back of your chair. Right hand is going to start on your hip, left hand on the left thigh or knee. Palm can face down or face up. Steady your gaze, find your drishti. And then hand can stay on the hip, or you can slide it up overhead. Three more breaths. Last breath. One at a time, release the hand, release the foot, let the foot come down to the ground, and then we're going to find our seat again. So take your time to set yourself up for rest. Find your seat, support your feet. Good. And then I invite you to close or soften the eyes for a little final rest. Just as we began, scan the body for sensation. There might be some new sensations that you notice in your body as a result of the physical work that we've done today. You might feel some warmth, some fatigue. Notice your breath and perhaps if it's changed. Observe any desire for your mind to wander and gift it an opportunity for presence. I am going to share with you a poem and just listen. Just allow the words to land. And if they don't, that's okay too. So it's a Mary Oliver poem. She says, when I am among trees, especially the willows and the honey locust, equally the beech, the oaks, and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness. I would almost say that they save me, and daily. I am so distant from the hope of myself, in which I have goodness and discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me the trees stir in their leaves and call out, stay a while. The light flows from their branches. And they call again, it's simple, they say. And you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light, and to shine. And so how profound this offering to slow down. How profound and difficult it is to be called to slow down and stay a while. Stay a while with sensation, with feelings that are challenging. Rather than rushing through, hurrying off to the next item on your to-do list. Let's give ourselves some time to feel, to think, without reacting. Keep the eyes soft or closed, press your palms together in front of your chest and lift the sternum into your thumb knuckles. We're going to close with saying soha towards one another, and soha means let it be so. So let it be so that we gift ourselves opportunities for presence, for deep attention, for not escaping or running away from the things that are important. As we bow our forehead to our fingertips, soha. All right. I thank you for making time today, and I hope you take care of yourself this week and this weekend. I will see you another time. Thanks.